Hello dear friends, and welcome back to Golden Seniors Living, where we prove that the most beautiful gardens bloom at any age. Whether you're tending a backyard paradise or nurturing a tiny balcony oasis, we're here to help you create magic with your hands and heart. I'm here with you today, and if you love the gentle warmth of morning sun on your face while sipping tea in your garden, you're absolutely in the right place. Today we're about to transform something you probably have tucked away in your kitchen cupboard, old teapots, into absolutely stunning garden treasures that will make your neighbors stop and stare. We're talking 11 genius upcycles that are so clever, so easy, and so charming, you'll wonder why you never thought of them before. From whimsical planters to magical fairy lights, these projects require no heavy lifting, use simple materials, and will fill your garden with personality and joy. But before we dive into this teapot magic, if you're new to our Golden Seniors Living family, please hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. We share garden inspiration like this every week, and trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming. Alright, let's begin this wonderful transformation journey together. Our first project is absolutely magical, the Cascading Teapot Planter Tower. Picture this, a stunning vertical garden where vintage teapots of different sizes stack gracefully, each one overflowing with beautiful trailing plants, like ivy petunias or sweet potato vines. It's like a waterfall of greenery and flowers that takes up barely any ground space. Here's what you'll need. 3 to 4 teapots in graduating sizes. The charm is in the mix and match vintage look, so don't worry about them being perfectly matched. You'll also want some good potting soil and your favorite trailing or cascading plants. The beauty is that you probably already have most of these materials. Now let's build this beauty together. First, we need to create drainage holes in each teapot. Just use a drill with a masonry bit and make 3 or 4 small holes in the bottom. Safety first, friends. Wear those safety glasses. Next, start with your largest teapot at the bottom. Fill it about 2/3 with potting soil. Place your second teapot inside, nestled securely, then fill around it. Continue this process with each smaller teapot, creating that beautiful tiered effect. Plant your trailing beauties in each level, allowing them to cascade down naturally. The result? A stunning vertical garden that's perfect for small patios, corners, or anywhere you want to add height and drama. Plus, watering is so easy. Just water the top teapot and let gravity do the work as it flows down through each level. Make it uniquely yours by painting the teapots in coordinating colors. Maybe soft pastels for a cottage garden feel, or bold blues and whites for a Mediterranean vibe. This project proves that gardening up is just as beautiful as gardening out. Now let's create something that will absolutely delight your inner child and any grandchildren who visit the Teapot Fairy Garden House. Imagine opening a large, beautiful teapot to reveal a complete miniature world where fairies might just decide to take up residence. For this enchanting project, you'll need 1 large teapot, the bigger the better for this magical world. Gather some miniature accessories like tiny furniture, little stepping stones, maybe a miniature picket fence. You'll also want some sheet moss, small succulents, or baby plants, and a few decorative pebbles. Here's how we bring this fairy tale to life. Start by creating a doorway. You can either find a teapot with a naturally wide opening, or carefully enlarge the existing opening with a ceramic bit. Fill the bottom with a layer of small pebbles for drainage, then add a thin layer of potting soil. Now comes the fun part, decorating. Lay your sheet moss like a magical carpet, then arrange your tiny furniture. Create little pathways with miniature stepping stones. Add a tiny garden bench where fairies might rest. Plant your small succulents or baby plants to create a miniature landscape. The spout of the teapot becomes a perfect little tunnel or doorway. This fairy garden brings such joy and wonder to any space. Place it where you can peek into it during your morning coffee routine. The best part, you can change the seasons by swapping out decorations. Tiny pumpkins for fall, miniature snow scenes for winter. It's like having a little world that's completely under your creative control. Let's bring our feathered friends closer with this absolutely charming hanging teapot bird feeder. There's something so delightful about watching birds discover this unexpected dining spot. It's like they've found a secret tea party just for them. You'll need a sturdy teapot with a good pouring spout, some high-quality bird seed, a strong chain or rope for hanging, and if you can find one, a small wooden perch. The beauty of this project is its simplicity and how quickly you'll start seeing results. Here's how to create this bird paradise. First, clean your teapot thoroughly. We want to make sure it's safe for our bird friends. Fill the teapot with bird seed, leaving the spout clear. The genius of this design is that birds can access the seed through the spout opening, which also protects the food from rain and keeps it fresh longer. Attach your hanging chain or rope securely to the handle. Make sure it's strong enough to support the weight of the filled teapot, plus any birds that might land on it. If you have a small perch, you can attach it near the spout to give the birds a comfortable dining spot. Hang your feeder at a height that's comfortable for you to refill. Remember, no heavy lifting or stretching required. Within days, you'll notice birds discovering this unique feeding station. Different birds prefer different seeds, so experiment with sunflower seeds for cardinals, Niger for goldfinches, or a general mix for variety. The lovely thing about this feeder is how easy it is to clean and refill, and it adds such character to your garden space. Plus, bird watching is proven to reduce stress and bring joy. It's like meditation with entertainment. As the sun sets on your garden, wouldn't it be magical to have gentle, warm light glowing from unexpected places? That's exactly what our Teapot solar light garden accent creates. It's like having captured fairy lights in vintage vessels. For this enchanting evening project, you'll need clear or translucent teapots. Glass ones work beautifully, but even white ceramic can create a lovely glow. You'll also need solar string lights. The kind with small LED bulbs work perfectly, and some decorative stones or glass pebbles for weight and beauty. Creating this magical lighting is wonderfully simple. Thread your solar string lights through the spout of the teapot, letting the lights fill the interior space. The solar panel will sit outside, either camouflaged among plants or decoratively placed nearby. Add your decorative stones or glass pebbles to the bottom. They'll help weight the teapot and create beautiful light reflections. Place these glowing teapots throughout your garden, on tables tucked among plants, or grouped together for dramatic effect. As darkness falls, they'll automatically illuminate, creating the most enchanting ambiance. The soft glow filtering through the teapot creates such a warm, welcoming atmosphere. What I love most about this project is that there's no wiring, no complicated installation, and the lights turn on and off automatically. You can use different colored lights for different moods. Warm white for cozy evenings, soft blue for a moonlight effect, or even changing colors for special occasions. These solar teapot lights turn your garden into an evening retreat, where you'll want to linger with a cup of tea, watching the gentle glow dance across your plants. Now let's create something both beautiful and practical, a teapot herb garden collection that brings fresh flavors right to your fingertips. Imagine stepping out your door and snipping fresh basil, thyme, or mint from charming teapots arranged on your patio table or garden bench. For this aromatic project, gather multiple teapots. They can be different sizes and styles, which actually adds to the charm. You'll need herb seedlings, or seeds. Think about the herbs you actually use in cooking, like basil, parsley, chives, oregano, and thyme. Don't forget small plant labels, and some good potting soil. Here's how to create your personal herb haven. Start by drilling drainage holes in each teapot. Herbs hate wet feet, so good drainage is essential. Fill each teapot with quality potting soil, leaving about an inch from the rim. Plant one type of herb per teapot. This prevents faster growing herbs from overwhelming slower ones. Create beautiful weatherproof labels for each teapot. You can use small chalkboards, wooden plant markers, or even paint the herb names directly on the teapots with outdoor paint. Arrange your herb garden on a table, shelf, or even an old wooden crate for easy access. The beauty of this system is that you can move the teapots to follow the sun, bring tender herbs indoors during cold snaps, and harvest exactly what you need without disturbing other plants. Plus, there's something so satisfying about cooking with herbs you've grown yourself in such charming containers. As your herbs grow and flourish, you'll have fresh flavors for your kitchen and the most delightful fragrances wafting through your outdoor space. It's like having a gourmet garden in the most unexpected vessels. Let's add the soothing sound of gently flowing water to your garden with a teapot water feature fountain. There's something absolutely magical about the gentle trickle of water, and when it flows from vintage teapots, it creates the most charming focal point. For this tranquil project, you'll need 2 to 3 teapots of different sizes, a small submersible water pump, the kind used in small fountains, a waterproof basin to catch the water, and some river rocks or decorative stones. The gentle sound this creates is so calming, it turns any space into a meditation retreat. Building your water feature is easier than you might think. Start by arranging your largest teapot at the bottom level in your basin. Drill a hole through the bottom, large enough for your pump tubing to pass through. Thread the tubing up through the teapot and out the spout. If you're using multiple teapots, stack them so water can flow from one to the next. Place your pump in the basin and connect it to the tubing. Surround the pump and fill the basin with river rocks or decorative stones. This hides the mechanics and creates a natural look. Fill with water, plug in your pump, and adjust the flow rate for the perfect gentle trickle. The sound of water flowing from teapot to teapot is incredibly soothing. It masks neighborhood noise and creates such a peaceful atmosphere. The moving water also attracts beneficial birds and insects to your garden, making it a living, breathing ecosystem. Position your fountain where you can enjoy it from your favorite seating area. There's nothing quite like sipping your morning coffee while listening to the gentle sounds of your own personal water feature. Friends, we're halfway through these amazing transformations, and I can just picture your gardens coming alive with teapot magic. If you're loving these ideas as much as I am, please give us a thumbs up. It truly helps our Golden Seniors Living community grow. And I'm curious, do you have vintage teapots hiding in your cupboards right now? Tell us in the comments what you're most excited to try first. Stick around, because our next few ideas are going to absolutely blow you away, including a teapot that becomes a stunning succulent garden. Speaking of succulents, let's create the most charming teapot succulent garden. Teapots are actually perfect for succulents because they provide excellent drainage, and the combination of vintage charm with modern sculptural plants is absolutely stunning. For this low-maintenance beauty, you'll need a lovely teapot. Any size works, though larger ones give you more planting space. Gather a variety of small succulents with different textures, shapes, and colors. You'll also need cactus potting soil, which drains better than regular potting mix, and some decorative sand, or small pebbles for the finishing touch. Creating your succulent masterpiece is pure joy. Start by ensuring your teapot has drainage holes. If not, drill a few small ones. Layer some small pebbles in the bottom for extra drainage, then add your cactus soil, filling about 2/3 of the teapot. Now comes the creative part. Arranging your succulents. Think about color, texture, and height as you design your mini desert landscape. Plant taller succulents toward the back or center, with smaller trailing varieties near the edges where they can spill over beautifully. Finish with a thin layer of decorative sand or small stones on top. This not only looks beautiful, but helps prevent moisture from sitting on the succulent leaves, which can cause rot. The wonderful thing about succulent gardens is how low maintenance they are. Water deeply but infrequently, place in bright light, and watch these amazing plants thrive. You can create different themes: desert landscape with sand and small cacti, coastal feel with blue-green succulents and white stones, or colorful fiesta with bright pink and purple varieties. These teapot succulent gardens make wonderful gifts and look stunning grouped together on a sunny table or shelf. Let's solve the age-old gardening problem of remembering what we planted where, with these absolutely adorable teapot garden marker stakes. No more wondering if those green shoots are your carrots or weeds. These charming markers add whimsy while keeping you organized. For this practical project, you'll need small teapots. The mini ones work perfectly. Wooden stakes that are tall enough to be visible in your garden, waterproof markers or paint pens, and some strong outdoor adhesive or screws to attach everything securely. Creating these delightful markers is so simple and satisfying. First, securely attach each small teapot to a wooden stake. You can use outdoor construction adhesive, or drill small holes and use screws for extra security. Make sure the teapot sits firmly and won't tip over in wind or rain. Now for the fun part, labeling. Use waterproof markers to write directly on the teapots, or create small weatherproof labels to insert. You can write plant names, planting dates, or even care instructions. The beauty is that you can update them as seasons change. These markers are incredibly practical They're tall enough to see over growing plants, weatherproof, and so much more charming than plastic tags. You can color code them by plant type: green for herbs, red for tomatoes, blue for flowers, making your garden organization both beautiful and functional. Place them throughout your vegetable garden, herb beds, or anywhere you need to remember what's planted. They add such character to the garden, while serving a genuinely useful purpose. Plus, they're conversation starters when garden visitors ask about your creative plant labels. Let's maximize our vertical growing space with this clever teapot trellis planter that combines the charm of vintage teapots with the practical support that climbing plants need. This is perfect for small spaces, or anyone who wants to add height and structure to their garden. You'll need a sturdy teapot, a small trellis that complements the size of your teapot, climbing plants like sweet peas, morning glories, or small climbing roses, and appropriate mounting hardware to secure everything safely. Setting up your trellis planter creates both function and beauty. First, securely mount your trellis. This might be against a fence, wall, or freestanding support. The key is making sure it's stable enough to support both the weight of the planted teapot and the mature climbing plants. Attach your teapot to the trellis at a height that's comfortable for you to water and tend. Make sure it's level and secure. You don't want it tipping as plants grow heavier. Fill the teapot with good potting soil and plant your climbing varieties. As your plants grow, gently guide them toward and up the trellis. Most climbing plants will naturally reach for support, but a little gentle encouragement helps them get started. The combination of the charming teapot and the vertical greenery creates such an appealing focal point. This design works beautifully for screening unsightly areas, adding privacy, or just creating vertical interest in flat garden spaces. You can choose trellis materials that complement your rustic wood for cottage gardens, sleek metal for modern spaces, or decorative wrought iron for traditional designs. The best part is watching your climbing plants transform this simple setup into a living wall of beauty, all anchored by your charming teapot planter. Now let's create something that adds movement, sound, and pure artistic joy to your garden. A teapot garden art mobile that dances in the breeze and creates the most delightful gentle chiming sounds. For this kinetic sculpture, gather various small teapots in different sizes and styles. The more variety, the more interesting your mobile will be. You'll also need strong outdoor cord or fishing line, a sturdy hanging branch or frame, and optionally, small chimes or bells to enhance the sound. Creating your garden mobile is like composing a three-dimensional song. Start by selecting a strong anchor point. This could be a tree branch, a specially installed frame, or even a large garden umbrella frame. The key is ensuring it can support the weight and movement of multiple teapots. Plan your arrangement by laying out your teapots and visualizing how they'll hang at different levels. You want them to move freely without constantly bumping into each other, but close enough that they occasionally create gentle contact. Attach each teapot securely with your cord, varying the hanging lengths to create visual interest. Test the balance and movement by gently moving your mobile. Adjust string lengths until you achieve the perfect gentle movement in a breeze. If you want to enhance the sound, add small chimes or bells to some of the teapots. When hung in your garden, this mobile creates ever-changing shadows and patterns as it moves, and the gentle sounds add such a peaceful element to your outdoor space. It's especially magical in the early morning or evening, when the light catches the teapots and creates dancing shadows on the ground. This project turns functional objects into pure art, proving that beauty can come from the most unexpected transformations. Our final transformation is perfect for the gardener who loves to grow from seed, the teapot seed starting station. This ingenious use of a teapot creates the perfect greenhouse environment for germinating seeds, and it's absolutely charming to watch your future garden begin in such unexpected containers. For this nurturing project, you'll need clear glass teapots. The transparency is key, so you can monitor your seedlings' progress. Gather your favorite seeds, seed starting soil mix, small plant labels, and a fine misting spray bottle for gentle watering. Setting up your seed starting station is like creating tiny nurseries with built-in humidity domes. Fill your clean glass teapots with seed starting mix, leaving about an inch from the top. Plant your seeds according to package directions. The beauty of using individual teapots is that you can start different varieties without them interfering with each other. Label each teapot clearly with the plant variety and planting date. The lid of the teapot creates perfect humidity for germination. It's like having individual greenhouses for each type of seed. Place your teapot nurseries in a warm spot with wind. The magic happens as you watch tiny green shoots emerge in these charming containers. The clear glass lets you monitor progress without disturbing the delicate seedlings, and the controlled environment gives them the best possible start. As your seedlings grow stronger, you can gradually remove the lids to acclimate them to normal humidity levels. When they're ready to transplant, you'll have healthy, strong plants that got their start in the most delightful way possible. This method is especially wonderful for starting heirloom varieties or special seeds you've saved from your own garden. There's something so satisfying about nurturing new life in these repurposed vessels that once brought comfort in a completely different way. What a journey we've been on together. From cascading planters to magical fairy gardens, from gentle water features to practical herb collections, from kinetic art to nurturing seed stations, we've just discovered 11 incredible ways to give new life to those forgotten teapots. Each of these projects proves that the most beautiful transformations often come from the simplest ideas and the most loving hands. You know, friends, there's something so special about taking something that once brought comfort and warmth to your kitchen and giving it a new purpose in your garden. Just like us, these teapots are beginning beautiful new chapters. Your garden isn't just growing plants, it's growing memories, joy, and little pieces of your heart. Every time you water your teapot herb garden, watch birds discover your hanging feeder, or listen to the gentle trickle of your water feature, you're experiencing the magic that happens when we see potential where others see just old things. These projects remind us that creativity has no age limit, that beauty can be found in the most unexpected places, and that the most meaningful gardens are filled not just with plants, but with stories and imagination. If these teapot transformations have inspired you, please give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to Golden Seniors Living if you haven't already. We're building a community of garden lovers who believe that creativity and beauty have no age limit. Share this video with a friend who might have some teapots ready for their garden adventure. And please tell us in the comments which project you're going to try first. We love hearing from you and seeing your own creative interpretations. Next week, we're diving into creating the most enchanting garden pathways using materials you can find right in your own backyard. You won't want to miss it. Until then, keep nurturing those green thumbs, keep creating beauty wherever you are, and remember, every garden tells a story, and yours is just getting started. This is Golden Seniors Living, and we're so grateful you're part of our growing family. Happy gardening, dear friends, and may your teapots find new life, bringing joy to your garden spaces.